Hello, everybody, and welcome out to Graham Rec Park, where today we have another AAC softball doubleheader. The CIU Rams travel from Columbia, South Carolina to take on the Bluefield College Rams here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Hello, everybody. Bailey Engel here. Glad to have you with us as we set up this doubleheader today. Bluefield College looked darn good yesterday in their doubleheader against the Allen University Yellow Jackets. Rams able to pick up the first game 8-4, came back in game two and won 12-4 in 5 innings. So definitely a couple of big wins for Drew Bailey's squad. Right now 13-26 on the year, and a couple of winnable contests today against Columbia International, who limp into this game at 10-28 on the season. Take a look at that lineup for the Bluefield College Rams. Riley O'Neal getting the start at first base today once again after Meredith Throckmorton misses another game due to a concussion. Kristen Storr, the center fielder, batting second, while Lexi Harmon plays at second base and bats third. Lincoln Sparks gets the start in the circle for Bluefield, while Veronica Casanova, the freshman, makes the start as the catcher. Gabby Mellick out in left field batting sixth, while Mary Blake Avery, one of the two seniors for Bluefield, plays at third base and bats seventh. Haley Davis in right field and batting eighth, while Lauren Bailey, the shortstop, closes out the lineup for the Bluefield College Rams. Leading it off for CIU, it's going to be the shortstop and Kaylin Devaney. And he leads it off wearing that navy blue jersey. Lakin Sparks deals first pitch high and away, ball one. And we are underway early here in Bluefield at 12:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, of course, with temperatures right around 65 degrees. And if you've ever been to a game here, once again, it's windy. 1-0, high and away. So 2 balls, no strikes. Lakin Sparks getting the start in the circle for Bluefield once again, coming from Tazewell County. This will be her 13th start of the year, 18th appearance with a 7.06 ERA as the 2-0 is smacked back foul, and the count goes to 2-1. Alyssa Allender batting second, and then Robin Andrews in the hole for Columbia International, coming into this game at 10-28. Here's the 2-1. Fouled back, and Lakin Sparks has evened it up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's about 200 down the lines here at Graham Rec Park, also a Little League and high school field. Right after Bluefield ended their doubleheader yesterday, Graham, the Lady G-Men, came in. Here's the 2-2. Popped up left side. Lauren Bailey steps up, and the shortstop makes the snag for out number 1. So a good start for Lakin Sparks, and we're underway with an out here in the top of the first inning. Still no score. Glad to have you with us on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Unfortunately, couldn't call that game yesterday for you. Had baseball going on, but more and more softball. Drew Bailey has put his team through a gauntlet here as that first pitch to Allender goes high and away. So I got to play 2 games yesterday, 2 games today, another 2 tomorrow, and then on Saturday 2 more. So 8 games in 4 days as that pitch goes outside. Lender up to the plate, batting left-handed, and the 2-0. Hit out to left field. Mellick has a beat on it, glides to the left and makes the catch. We're out number 2. It's now 2 outs, nobody on for CIU, coming from Columbia, South Carolina. For the CIU Rams, just like Allen, so the Rams playing 2 straight days against opponents from the city of Columbia. Brings up Robin Andrews, who swings and slaps it down the right field line. It's foul, and a count goes at 0-1. Two outs and an 0-1 count. Andrews is ready. The pitch, good fastball, but it's low. Andrews making her 37th start, hitting right north of 300 at 313. Couple of home runs and 10 RBIs. The pitch popped up left field. Should be a can of corn for Mellick. Sophomore from the 7-5-7 makes the catch, and it's 3 up, 3 down for the Columbia International Rams. Bluefield coming to bat, the bottom of the first. tied up at 0-0. Alyssa Allender in the circle for Columbia International to pitch to Riley O'Neill. O'Neill hitting .400 coming into this game as that ball is taken inside the first baseman up in the count 1-0. Well, Allender on the year, a 5.40 ERA. She's 3-6. This will be her 9th start. Here's the 1-0 to the righty. Looks at it inside again, 2 balls, no strikes. Lender's pitched 45 and a third, 59 hits allowed, 39 runs, 35 of them earned, with 17 walks and 23 strikeouts. Going up against a consistent hitter in Riley O'Neill, 2-0. Fouled straight back, and the count goes to 2-1. Well, Riley O'Neill shifted up into this leadoff spot. We've seen Kristen Storer there for a good amount of time for the Bluefield College Rams, and Riley O'Neill, a power hitter, but still a consistent enough table setter to be batting first. As the 2-1 goes outside, and now the count 3-1 to Riley O'Neill. She's got 8 home runs and 30 RBIs. By the way, those 8 home runs lead the team. Meredith Throckmorton with 7, but out with a concussion. Here's the 3-1. Takes it inside, and it's called ball 4. So CIU can't get a break there. Washington's over at third base. Kaylin Devaney playing at short. Robin Andrews playing at second base. Over at first, it's Jennings completing the infield for the catcher in Janning. Now to bring up Kristen Storer from Temecula, California. The runner at first and still no score. She fouls it off. Got a piece of the catcher there, Madison Janning. Out in left field plays Allen. And then Allender playing out in center field. And in right field, it's Hicks. All for Columbia International. Counted 0-1. Riley O'Neill over at first base. Allender deals. High and away. Ball and a strike. Rams at 13-26 on the year under first-year head coach Drew Bailey, looking for a few more wins in the conference. Another big swing for Bluefield. Last week they played 6 games in 3 days and now playing 8 and 4. The pitch popped up in the infield. Should be caught in foul territory, and it's not. Right in the palm of the glove. There's Trinity Jennings. Could not make the catch. And Kristen Storer, given a gift there, should have a chance here to try to knock Riley O'Neill in. Lots of wind. It's blowing out, in, sideways, you name it. It's just everywhere here. Ball and 2 strikes. Kristen Storer, the center fielder for Bluefield. O'Neill on at first with a walk. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, popped up in the infield. Trying to catch it again, and this time she can inside of the infield. So that's in fair territory and good enough for out number 1. Brings up Lexi Harmon for Bluefield, a transfer from Eastern Florida Junior College. And a pitcher for Bluefield. We'll likely see her in game 2. And the struggle with playing 8 games in 4 days, where Lexi Harmon is your primary workhorse in the circle, it's only human nature. Her arm is going to get tired, and the Rams just aren't deep enough to circulate a bunch of arms. First pitch to the second baseman, right down the plate. It's strike 1. Counted 0-1. Runner at first and 1 out. Harmon second on the team, hitting .370, 6 bombs for her and 36 RBIs. Tennessee native at the plate, and a Tennessee native on at first base. Here's the 0-1. Popped up again. Behind home plate. Out of play, rolling down the hill. Another reminder, if you haven't been to Graham Rec Park before, we are literally playing on top of a mountain. So anytime it's fouled away, it goes all the way down the hill. There's a little playground. There's a little rest area. And one of the players that red shirts for Bluefielder is just benched today. Just has to go down the hill and get it. Here's the 0-2. And it's fouled back. So the count stays at no balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Riley O'Neill on with a walk. Pat on the shoulder for Lexi Harmon. Rams in the red jerseys today. Bluefield College Rams, that is. Here's another 0-2. Fouled straight back, and Lexi Harmon is battling here. Harmon adjusts that Bluefield College batting helmet with the face mask on in the front. 0-2. And the dirt. Good job keeping it in front by Janning. So Riley O'Neill stays by at first base with Lakin Sparks on deck as the cleanup hitter for the Rams. One out. Lexi Harmon trying to knock in Riley O'Neill, who's at first base. Another 0-2. Under the 1-2, and it's high and tight right at the wrist. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two-two offer. Well inside, but she got her. Right on the corner, struck her out looking. There's out number 2, a bit questionable there, but if you're Lexi Harmon and her pitch is that close, you at least have to try to foul it off and stay in there. Want to bring up Lakin Sparks for Bluefield, hit a home run yesterday. Sparks was 6 bombs on the year with 21 RBIs to go with her .301 average. First pitch, lob tying away, ball 1. Really turning out to be a nice day here in Bluefield. Sun coming down. Few folks perched out in center field to watch this game. We have the brand new bleachers on either side of first and third, and no one's here yet. Here's the 1-0. Trying to work that inside pitch, and that was very close. Just missed again. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Riley O'Neill waiting by at first base. Senior day coming up for the Rams on Saturday. Only 2 seniors for the Rams. 2-0. Inside corner, this time it's called a strike. So strike 1, 2 balls, 1 strike. Riley O'Neill, one of those seniors at first base, and then Mary Blake Avery, who's due up later, the third baseman, the only 2 seniors for the Bluefield College Rams. So if you're Drew Bailey, you're going to miss a hitter like Riley O'Neill, but you have a lot of potential to improve for next year as well, as Lakin Sparks pounces on that one foul, third base side. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the wind is coming in. I realized the last time I called a game, folks, had the crowd mic up a little too loud, so tried to turn that down a little bit. But at least you got a taste of what it's actually like up here. Here's the 2-2 to Sparks. Swung on, popped up. Foul territory and out of play. Riley O'Neill led off the inning with a walk. After that, a pop-up and a strikeout. Lakin Sparks ready, 2-2. Swinging a stroke down the left field line. If it's fair, it would be a base knock, but I guess that's how softball works anyway. Don't need to explain that to you. It was foul. To the left of the line, she was well early on that bit of a changeup high and in. Another 2-2. Sparks is it foul, third base side. So Sparks trying to battle, not wearing any batting gloves. Riley O'Neill staying at first after the leadoff walk. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Still no score between CIU and Bluefield. Rocks and deals 2-2. Inside corner, got her, strike 3. 2 straight backwards Ks, and Lakin Sparks goes down looking. We'll head to the second, still scoreless. Welcome back, everybody. Ready to start out the second inning. Still no score between the Rams and the Rams. Leading it off, it'll be Kayla Washington against Lakin Sparks, who pops it up, serving it straight to the middle of the infield, and it's dropped. Oh, that really just is tough for the Rams because errors have absolutely killed them this season. And I don't think that will be officially called an error, but Lauren Bailey and Lexi Harmon just zigzagged in front of each other and could not make the catch. Here's the pitch. It's inside, called a ball. Elena Picciano. Picciano up to the plate. Washington at first with no outs. Here's the pitch. Check swing, foul ball, rolling over towards the Bluefield dugout, and the count evens up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Washington at first base with no outs. Picciano at the plate. The pitch. Ground ball, could be 2. Lexi Harmon tossed to second. Bailey on to first. A 4-6-3 double play. So that makes up for the drop fly ball. Now there's 2 outs. Now that's one of the first double plays we've called here at Graham Rec Park, at least on a tailor-made ground ball. So a 4-6-3 double play. Bring up Leslie Hicks. First pitch to Hicks, high and away. Let's call it ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Ground ball right side, easy for Riley O'Neill, and Columbia International goes 3 up, 3 down. On to the bottom of the second, still no score. Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the second we go. The catcher, Veronica Casanova, ready to face off against the lender on the mound. Gabby Mellick on deck for Bluefield. Still no score. First pitch, Casanova takes inside, ball 1. More and more wind here at Grand Rec Park, making it really fun to play. Casanova swings and fouls it back to even the count at 1-1. Well, at least it's kind of warm today. Spring starting to ease its way in here in the 2 Virginias. Actually been very nice, and that's why the Rams have to play 8 games in 4 days. 1-1. Gibbs in the dirt, 2 balls, 1 strike. Casanova hitting at 200 or 250, excuse me, for the Rams. Still waiting on her first collegiate home run, but does have 11 runs batted in. Now the 2-1. Popped up foul, out of play, and now the count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes. I really would love a meteorologist to come out here and explain to me why it is so windy in this particular spot. 2-2. Inside, nearly got her. Casanova turned into it. Rams have to be a little bit more careful about these inside pitches. Sparks and Harmon were both rung up looking there in the first inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes, a full count. Payoff, popped up, foul territory. Jennings looking for it, and the ball just goes right over the bleachers. Now the Rams going to lead this bottom of the second off with a base hit. Nobody on. Casanova, the freshman, ready for another payoff. Outside, got her. 3 strikeouts for a lender. All of them have been looking, and it's the first down of the bottom of the second inning. I'm going to bring up Gabby Mellick, the slap hitter from Newport News. Right here in the bottom of the second, Rams looking for a base runner. They had Riley O'Neal to lead it off with a walk back in the bottom of the first inning, but then after that, it was chalk. So 4 straight batters retired by a lender. Washington playing up at third base as Mellick looks at it outside. So both of the corner infielders are playing in. Jennings over at first base. Second baseman Andrews as well as the shortstop DeBaney have to watch out for these fly balls as that one is cracked to center field and onto the ground, a base hit. Sliding effort by Allen, just couldn't pick it up, and Gabby Mellick has the first base hit for Bluefield. So with a runner on with 1 out, that'll bring up Mary Blake Avery for Bluefield. Here's the first pitch to Mary Blake Avery. Senior looks at it down the middle. Mellick on her way to second. She'll get there on a steal. Throw was too high from Janning, and it goes into center. Mary Blake Avery taking that pitch, and Drew Bailey wanted to call a hit and run, so Gabby Mellick sliding in safely anyway, showing those wheels, but I'm trying to put her over to third possibly there. No balls, 1 strike. Runner at second base. Allender now has to deal with this runner in scoring position as the 0-1 is popped up. Right center field could be trouble, and it is, dropping in for a base hit. Gabby Mellick sprinting her way onto third, and she's in as the throw bounces away from Washington. Mellick will score, and it's 1-0. So it'll be a single for Mary Blake Avery. She won't get the RBI because of the error on the throw. But what a tough hop that was. That must have hit a moon crater right in front of Washington and then bounced over towards the dugout. So now the Rams have scored. It's 1-0. Bluefield will take any runs they can get, though. Quick little infield conference for this Columbia International roster. Sarah Allen, the head coach, trying to talk this one over with her team. Played for the University of San Diego. A catcher for the Toreros, and a pretty good one at that. First-year program for Columbia International, and she's the first-year head coach. Brings up Haley Davis for Bluefield. First pitch to her, fouls it straight back. Count at 0-1. Mary Blake Avery on at second base, getting on a single as well as an error on the throw. Gabby Mellick, you don't want to throw the ball around when she's on the base paths. One of the faster Bluefield College Rams on the whole roster. Remember, Haley Davis, the freshman, coming from Beckley, West Virginia, ready with the 0-1. High and away. Count evens at 1-1. Rams are on the board with one out and a runner at second base. Trying to get through these stretch of ball games. Starting it out well yesterday with a couple of wins against Allen. They're going to be playing at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Swinging a high fly out to center field. Wind pushing it back further into the infield, and it's caught. So after Allen makes the grab, there are two outs, and Mary Blake Avery stays at second base. Brings up Lauren Bailey, who missed the beginning of the season due to an injury, got cleared, and as we saw with that double play, could be one of the better infielders for Bluefield College. Communication just has to be there in the middle of the infield between her and Lexi Harmon. Here's the first pitch. Bailey cuts through it, was well in front of that changeup, strike one. 1-0 the score, runner at second base for Bluefield. Bailey with stance and ready. She fouls it back, and the count goes quickly to 0-2 as another hard gust of wind comes in from center field. No balls, 2 strikes. Count at 0-2. Bailey is ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Inside corner, got her. She knew it that time. Another strikeout looking for a lender, and the Rams leave a runner on in scoring position. But after they score the opening run of the game, it's 1-0 Bluefield as we head to the third inning. Rams have taken the lead. We're in the third inning now. Lakin Sparks still in the circle, and her first pitch is high and inside for ball one. Glad to have you with us. Gabby Mellick scoring on a throwing error. Madison Janning to the plate now, the catcher. Count at 1-0 as Sparks deals, swinging a rip over the glove of Mary Blake Avery and rolling out to left field, a base hit for Columbia International. So the tying run now on base for Columbia International, and the Rams will have to deal with that. That's the second straight inning where the leadoff batter got on, but as you remember, the Rams were able to turn a 4-6-3 double play back there in the top of the second inning. Here we are in the top of the third. Here's the pitch, just a bit high. So the first baseman in Jennings at the plate now. Trinity Jennings trying to knock in Janning over at first base. So this team has an Allen and an Allender, as that one is popped up right field. Backing up Lexi Harmon makes the catch. An Allen and Allender, a Jennings, a Janning. As we go through this tongue-twisting lineup, we go to Brittany Allen. Excuse me, Elizabeth Allen, not Brittany Allender. Check that again. It's wrong on their roster, or what she wrote down. It is Brittany Allender at the plate. Steps up with one out. Rams hoping for another double play. Corner infielders looking in. Allender, the freshman from Baltimore. Lots of freshmen on this first-year program. Looks at a pitch down low. Casanova watches it roll down the first baseline and keeps it out in front. Balls, 2 strikes. Smart's ready to look in. The pitch. Got her. Strike 3. Swing and a miss. And out number 2. So a quick 2 outs after that first base hit. Right back to the top of the lineup with Kaylin Devaney. 0 for 1 today. Lakin Sparks has gone through this lineup pretty well. 1-0 the score. We're in the top of the 3rd inning with a runner over at first base. Here's the pitch. Down the middle. A good fastball from Lakin Sparks, and it's strike 1. A few more fans showing up out in the outfield. Might be a better place to watch it, come to think of it. That pitch is popped up right center. Staying in the infield, and Lexi Harmon gathers it for out number 3. So after the base hit, 3 straight outs and a runner left on. Bottom of the 3rd we go. Rams up 1-0. Back to the top of the lineup for Bluefield here in the bottom of the 3rd inning as Riley O'Neill takes a pitch high and in from Allender, and it's ball 1. 1-0 the score. Mary Blake Avery popped the ball up into right center field. Columbia International could not gather it. It dropped in, and the throw to 3rd could not get Mellick. It bounced away as Riley O'Neill cracks it into left center. A base hit for the first baseman for Bluefield. So now the senior is on to lead us off at the bottom of the 3rd inning, and that'll bring up Kristen Storer. One ball, no strikes. Or excuse me, 1 out. No outs and 1 person on. We got to get our thoughts together here. And now it's no balls, 1 strike. 1-0 is the score, is what I meant to say. We're in the bottom of the third. Rams trying for what could be another win against a conference opponent after sweeping Allen University yesterday. Here's the 0-1 showing bunt, lays it down. Great bunt. Jennings turns around, throws to first, and the sacrifice is intact. The Store is out at first base, but Riley O'Neill moves over to second, and Lexi Harmon will try to avenge her strikeout looking back in the first inning. So Allender in the circle has a few strikeouts today. All of them have been looking. Harmon, Sparks, as well as Lauren Bailey all going down looking. Beautiful Appalachian Mountains in the backdrop. Rams trying to send balls out there. Ball has definitely drifted here in the past couple of days. The pitch, Lexi Harmon looks at it down the middle, strike one. So O'Neill with a base hit over at second base. Lexi Harmon nearly hitting 400 herself. 0 for 1. So Riley O'Neill has reached in both plate appearances today. The 0-1. Fouls it back quickly down 0-2. Bottom of the third. Rams starting to get some confidence in their bats. Here's the 0-2. Fouled back again. So we did see this with the previous couple of strikeouts with Lakin Sparks and Lexi Harmon. They battled themselves into these two strike positions, and then they were able to get Allender to throw extra pitches. So quality at bats, but just did not get on base. Went down looking on that same pitch that hit on the inside corner. Another 0-2. Hit high in the air, out to left field. Back towards the fence, still drifting, and caught. Riley O'Neill flirts with tagging, but she'll stay at second base. And now there are two outs with a runner at second base. Lakin Sparks up to the plate. Pitch popped up right side. Jennings trying to get in the to catch that ball, and actually bounced into Bluefield's first base coach. So the count goes to 0-1. Sparks trying to knock in Riley O'Neill. Sophomore is ready at the plate. Allender whips and pitches. Good pitch on the outside corner, quickly down 0-2. So 4 strikeouts for Allender, all of them looking. That will probably bug Drew Bailey. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a runner at second. The pitch, check swing right into the glove of Jennings at first, and the Rams leave a runner on base. Riley O'Neill with a hit, but she can score 1-0 as we go to the 4th inning at Graham Rec Park. Alyssa Lender to lead it off in the top of the fourth inning. Rams holding on to a 1-0 lead, showing bunt, cocks it back and fouls it off down the left field line. And it's at 0-1 now. Bailey Engel here, glad to have you on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Game one of this doubleheader. We're going to have both of the games. 0-1, going outside. Ball and a strike. Rams in the red jerseys, Columbia International Rams, and the blue, white, and yellow jerseys. Mary Blake Avery playing up at third base. Ready for the 1-1. Inside. Count goes to 2 balls, 1 strike. Rams looking for what could be their third win. Playing their third game in 4 days. Third of 8. Pitch. Outside corner. Evens the count up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. A smile on the face of Lakin Sparks working with her battery mate Veronica Casanova. Showing bunt now, probably as a timing thing, as a 2-2 check swing, called strike 3 anyway. A big-time strikeout for Lakin Sparks, and a good way to lead us off here in the top of the 4th inning. Bring up Robin Andrews, the second baseman. So 0 for 1 already in the 4th inning. Rams scoring their only run in the 2nd inning after a throwing error that brought Gabby Mellick in. That one is grounded down the third base line, tipped in fair territory off the glove of Mary Blake Avery, and it ends up being another error for her. I mean, rather frustrating. All these base runners getting on plays that should have been made. Kind of bringing up Kayla Washington. Washington reached last time after hitting a ball into the middle of the infield, and Lexi Harmon, Lauren Bailey could not grab it. That pitch is well inside for ball 1. Wind has finally stopped. After I say that, here comes another gust. 1 ball, no strikes as Sparks rocks and deals. So we got another hard hit ground ball down the third baseline and foul. Count evens at 1-1. Third baseman at the plate right now for the Columbia International Rams. Lost now 4 games in a row. Swing and a miss on the changeup. Dropped by Casanova. She'll eat it. No throw. Andrews moves to second base, so that wipes out the opportunity for a double play. Well, coming off of a doubleheader sweep loss to Truett McConnell, Bears were able to beat Columbia International 1-0 in the first game and then 10-0 in 6 innings in the second. High fly, cranked foul left side and over towards the fence and out of play. Keeps it at a ball and 2 strikes. Junior from DeLand, Florida. It's the home of Stetson University. On a good baseball program. 1-2. Ground ball left side, charging in. Bailey bobbled it, and it's going to be an error. Now, these hops are tough on this field, but I think Lauren Bailey is a good enough fielder that she can make that play despite the hops. So 2 straight errors. Picciano up to the plate with 1 out. The pitch inside and low ball 1. Righty to righty. Picciano hit into that double player last time up. 1-0. Inside and low. 2 balls, no strikes right at the ankles. So the tying run at first base. The tying run at second base, the go-ahead run is at first, and Riley O'Neill, speaking of first base, goes and talks this one over with Lakin Sparks. Two balls, no strikes. The pitch, inside corner. Good job by Lakin Sparks to get back into the zone. Designated player now in the count, 2 balls, 1 strike. Ground ball, shortstop, Bailey to second, Harmon to first, in time. A 6-4-3 double play to get the Rams out of the top of the fourth inning, and that is it with 3.5 innings. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Rams up 1-0. Bottom of the fourth we go here in Bluefield. Veronica Casanova to lead it off against Alyssa Allender as the Rams lead 1-0. Gabby Mellick on deck, who scored the only run for Bluefield so far, as Casanova lines it out to right field, and the catch is made. Not easy there. Almost drifted on her, stepped back and made the catch. So after that one is reeled in by Hicks. There's one out on one pitch, and that brings up Gabby Mellick. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored. Headed to center field last time out. Mary Blake Avery on deck, 1 for 1 as well. Now in the bottom of the fourth inning, the slapper steps up on the left side, wearing number 1 in the red jersey. Rams looking for their third win in a row. Here's the first pitch to her. Watched outside, called strike 1. Big week for Bluefield College. Senior day this weekend. Also baseball and a 3-game set against Point. Spring game and football. That's at 1:30 at Mitchell Stadium this Saturday. Grounded right back to Allender. Tossed to first in time, 2 outs. Fortunately, that football game will not be broadcast because of all of the regular season sports we have going on. A little fun to see Dewey Lusk and the boys out at Mitchell Stadium. How about this? Dewey Lusk, the head coach of Bluefield College football in his 3rd season. If you're paying attention to the news around here, Southwest Virginia, Mike Young has just been hired as the head basketball coach for Virginia Tech as Mary Blake Avery comes up to the plate. First pitch, and the dirt ball 1. Mike Young and Dewey Lusk were fraternity brothers back at Emory and Henry in the 80s. Like Dewey Lusk just knows just about everybody. They also played Little League Baseball against each other back in the day. Here's the 1-0. Lobbed high. 2 balls, no strikes. Lots of Southwest Virginia guys in the area. Drew Bailey, the head coach of Bluefield College softball, born and raised Christiansburg, and played at Concord. 2-0. Inside, where he was a pitcher. Made his way through the athletics organization. Played with the Vermont Lake Monsters. Counted 3-0 to Mary Blake Avery. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 4, and the Rams have a runner on with 2 outs. So that'll bring up Haley Davis with a 1-0 lead, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th inning. Davis, the freshman from Beckley, trying to check in and knock in Mary Blake Avery. First pitch to her. Hit up in the air in the infield. And the shortstop reels it in. Devaney for out number 3. Rams leave a runner on. We've played 4, 1-0 Bluefield. First pitch fouled away, and it's strike 1. We're here in the top of the 5th inning. Rams are up by 1. Lincoln Sparks looking for 3 more outs again to send this team into the bottom of the 5th to look for insurance. As that pitch is grounded over to short, Bailey gobbles it up, throw to first, right on target. So Hicks retired, and there's out number 1, and that'll bring up the 7th hitter in the lineup, and Madison Janning. Rams in the red looking for another win against a team from Columbia, South Carolina. They were able to sweep Allen University yesterday, 8-4 and 12-4. Here's the pitch, high and tight. 1 ball, no strikes. Lincoln Sparks doing well so far. And really all you can ask is put the ball in the strike zone, allow them to put the bat on the ball, and you really have to trust your fielders. 1-0. Inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Already here with a 2-0. And it's high, 3 balls, no strikes. So the catcher up in the count, 3-0. Nobody on, 1 out. 1-0 the score. The pitch. Down the plate. Good job by Lincoln Sparks to get that get me over pitch and bring it right back into the zone. (3-1). Down the plate again. Make it a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Counted 3-2. Sparks with the ball in the right hand. The Tazewell native pitches. Swing and a miss. Got her. Strike 3. Out number 2. And after being down in the count 3-0, climbs back and pitches 3 straight strikes. That'll bring up Trinity Jennings, the first baseman, with nobody on. 1-0. Rams holding on to that lead. First pitch spinning right down the zone. 4 straight strikes now from Lincoln Sparks. 0-1. Rises. Evens up at 1-1. Ball and a strike. The pitch. Fouled back, and now Columbia International, they're down to their final strike of the top of the 5th inning. Lincoln Sparks trying to mow through this lineup. Creeps back onto the rubber. Couple of wins get Bluefield's confidence back yesterday. Can they make it a 3rd in a row? 1-2. Inside corner, got her. 3 up, 3 down go the Columbia International Rams, and we head to the bottom of the 5th with Bluefield holding on to a 1-0 lead. (9-1-2) due up for the Bluefield College Rams. It's only 1-0. All things considered, Alyssa Allender pitching a very good game in the circle for Columbia International as that pitch is cut on and missed, strike one. Just haven't gotten any run support behind her. Bailey 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. Here's the 0-1. Shortstop pops it up over to the other shortstop. And Devaney makes the catch. There's out number 1. Right back to the top of the lineup with Riley O'Neill, who's 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. Left on second or last time up after the bunt from Kristen Storer, who's on deck. Game 1 of this doubleheader. Rams looking for a bit more insurance. Lincoln Sparks pitching well for Bluefield, but the Rams need more runs. So the first offer is high and in for ball 1. Gonna have that second game for you about 20 minutes after the end of the first one. 1-0. Popped up in the infield. Trinity Jennings calls for it. Stays true to her word. There's out number 2 with now nobody on. Kristen Storer returns to the dish with a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. Rams looking for more runs because Columbia International has 2 more chances to try to tie it up or take the lead. 1-0, certainly not a big lead. Storer awaits. Righty at the plate, righty on the mound. Alyssa Allender whips the first pitch. Blazes high and away, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Storer pops it up. I'm pretty sure that's not going to hit me, and it won't. So a ball and a strike. The ball just goes right up into the sun. Looks like a solar eclipse right before it's going to hit me straight in the forehead, and it didn't. Ball and a strike, 2 outs. Pitch to the center fielder. Swings and flares it on the left side. Reeled in by Devaney. Rams go 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the 5th inning. On to the 6th. 1-0 Bluefield lead. Top of the 6th, 1-0 the score. Lincoln Sparks holding on to this lead as the pitch is high for ball 1. Now to Brittany Allender. Freshman waits. She swings and cracks that one down the right field line. That's a base hit rolling all the way to the fence. Long run for Haley Davis, who picks it up, throws it to her cutoff to Lexi Harmon, and Allender puts the tying run at third with no outs in the top of the 6th inning. So now back to the top of the lineup with Kaylin Devaney. Really, anything on the ground can bring the tying run home. Corner infielders playing in for Bluefield. Even a fly ball could also tie it. First pitch, watched inside for ball 1. So she went opposite field on that one, hit it perfectly in no man's land. Haley Davis had to chase it all the way back to the fence. Now the shortstop is yet to get on today. Her pitch, swing, and it's reeled in by Lauren Bailey, making the jumping grab for out number 1. Lakin Sparks points at her, gives a quick nod. That'll bring up Alyssa Allender, the pitcher, trying to help herself here. Drew Bailey already telling his team, don't get fancy, they need the outs. So don't worry necessarily about the runner at third unless you're sure. Showing bunt, pulls back, Casanova pulls up and throws it right back to the pitcher. It's ball 1. So 1 out, runner at third after the triple. One-0. Check swing, foul ball, third base side. It evens it up at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. 1 out, tying run at third base. Showing bunt, pulls back, cut and a miss, strike 2. Well, they're doing that to try to fake out Lakin Sparks and possibly get your timing right, but now I wonder, will Allender go back to that method of showing bunt? Now she will. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Sparks eyes Casanova and deals. Ground ball over to short. Bailey will go to first, and the out is recorded, but the tying run comes in to score. It's 1-1. Did not try to get fancy. Drew Bailey wanted it out. And I think that's why Allender at third really didn't even try to get checked down that time. She was going to go home no matter what. Second baseman up to the plate now. First pitch. Swinging a rip straight towards the dugout. Kayla Washington almost got her head taken off over on deck. So it's 1-1. Robin Andrews down in the count, 0-1. Reached her last time. That was on an error. Count at 0-1. 2 outs. The pitch, high and away. There's a 1-1. Stroked into left field. Melick makes the catch for out number 3, but the tying run comes in to score after the leadoff triple by Allender and then knocked in by Allender. 1-1, bottom of the 6th. We're all tied up. All of a sudden, it's tied up as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-1 the score after Brittany Allender led it off with a triple, and then Alyssa Allender hit her in on a ground ball. As that one is popped deep to right field, drifting and bouncing off of the fence as Lexi Harmon trots in for a double. It will not be an error as that one should have been caught, but Hicks could not make the grab, and now Bluefield has the go-ahead run in scoring position with no outs. A big-time gift there. So Allender will have to pitch to Lakin Sparks now. We could possibly see some sort of change here, and we will. So Courtney Gentry now on as the runner at second base. A little bit more speed. Gentry might try to take off at one point to at least get to third. Lakin Sparks ready. 1-1 the score. No outs. Go ahead run at second base for Bluefield. Sophomore at the plate. Allender giving up a double. First pitch. Sparks swings and hits it into center field, dropping for a base hit. Gentry will move on to third. Throw there. Off target as she dives in safely. She face plants down the third baseline and is a little bit slow to get up. She waited a little too long to see if that ball was going to get caught. And Gentry has to get up now. Freshman from Spotsylvania is now ready to get back at third base. It's a single for Lakin Sparks. Deep enough fly ball can likely give the Rams the lead. Runners on the corners, no outs, bottom of the 6th inning. Great start for Bluefield here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Casanova at the plate, the freshman catcher. First pitch, inside corner, called a strike. Rams just really need the bat on the ball here. Middle of the infield hoping for a double play, but a double play could still bring in that run home in Courtney Gentry. Here's the 0-1. Inside corner again, watching those first two pitches quickly down 0-2. So Drew Bailey making the call over to Lakin Sparks. Will she try to go on this pitch? Inside, yes she will. Throw to second, cut off, and Lakin Sparks takes a tumble, tangled up there with Devaney. Sparks is safe at second base. And now we're going to have to see what happens here. Is Lakin Sparks okay? She's still on her behind and is safe at second base. They were trying to bait them to make a bad throw home if Gentry wanted to go. Drew Bailey talking to the dugout and saying Lexi Harmon telling her to get loose. Probably will have to pitch in the 7th inning, and that's why she brought on Courtney Gentry to run for her over at third base. Meanwhile now, a ball and 2 strikes. Going to take a break here on the Rams Digital Sports Network as we try to sort this one out. Rams have those go-ahead runners and scoring position with no outs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Morales in right field now. Meanwhile, second base moves to short as Casanova looks at it outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hicks moves to second base. And now playing at shortstop, Robin Andrews. Bianca Morales from the Dominican Republic playing out in right field. Base hit for Casanova can give Bluefield the lead. 2 runners in scoring position and no outs. Gentry at third. Allender in her biggest jam of the ball game. 2-2. Fouled back. Count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Another 2-2. Outside, watch for ball 3. Good eye by Casanova. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Gabby Mellick on deck and Mary Blake Avery in the hole. Only Force is at first base. CIU looks like they're in the position to just throw it over to first anyway. Payoff. Grounded foul, first base side. Another payoff. Inside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Well, now, if you're Columbia International, even though the bases are loaded with no outs, that could be a little bit more of a benefit now because there is a force at every bag, including home. So a ground ball, you're going to try to throw it home so the Rams can't take the lead. And Gabby Mellick, a primarily ground ball hitter, now the chance here to do what she did earlier and hit it to center field. Sophomore getting a quick talking to with Drew Bailey. 1-1 the score, no outs, bases loaded, bottom of the 6th. So Mellick gets that conference. Gentry at third, Sparks at second base with a single. And getting the walk for Ronica Casanova. And Field playing in. First pitch to the slapper. Swing and a miss. Now strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. 0-1 to Mellick. In the dirt. Janning did a good job of keeping that ball up. Courtney Gentry with a good hop there could possibly try to get home. Here's the 1-1. In the air, down the left field line. It is caught on a dive. Gentry's going to tag up and try to go home. Throw to the plate, not in time, and it ends up being a sacrifice fly for Gabby Mellick to give Bluefield the 2-1 lead. So a good diving effort out there in left field, but really was it worth it at this point? Because after Allen makes that catch, Gentry can just go on home, and that's what she did. 2-1 the score. So there's 1 out. Double play still intact. Runners at second and first. So Mellick could get that game-winning RBI there. First pitch to Mary Blake Avery. Pops it up over home plate now to play. Has a hit in this game as she watches that one low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Rams have the lead right back, 2-1. Ball and a strike. Choking up on the bat here. High fly, shallow left. Allen coming in and makes the catch. So called off at the last second there by Robin Andrews. 2 outs. Haley Davis trying to knock in a few more insurance runs. Rams are only up by 1. It'll be possible that Lakin Sparks comes out and tries to pitch the complete game. Lexi Harmon told to get loose. Bryn Kennedy's on deck for Bluefield. First pitch, hit in the air, shallow right, could be trouble jumping in. Morales can't make the catch. Lakin Sparks will score. Around third goes Casanova. Throw to the plate is offline, and the Rams have taken a 4-1 lead. Meanwhile, on to third goes Davis, and it ends up being a Little League triple. We'll call it a double, but the Rams are up by 3, 4-1. So Bianca Morales tried to sprint in, dove, and then there's the risk in diving, because if you don't make the catch, it's going to be even harder to get the ball into the infield. And that's exactly what the Rams needed, a bit of insurance there. Bryn Kennedy comes in to bat for Lauren Bailey, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-out. In the dirt. Ball 1. Trying to knock in one more run. Haley Davis, her fellow freshman at third. The pitch. Kennedy looks at it high and away. 2 balls, no strikes. 4-1 the score. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Rams had the bases loaded, no outs, and they have scored every one of those runs. Game 1 of this doubleheader against CIU. 2-0. Inside and low. 3 balls, no strikes. 2 outs. Riley O'Neill on deck. Rams have almost batted around. Riley O'Neill will be the 9th batter. (3-0) to Kennedy. High and away, and it's a 4-pitch walk. Rams have runners on the corners with 2 outs. Riley O'Neill, can she get on base one more time with Haley Davis at third and Kennedy at first? First pitch to her, a bit at the ankles, and it's ball 1. 3-run lead for the Rams at 4-1. Came into this inning tied up at 1-1, got those clutch at-bats out of the way, and a couple of big base hits for Bluefield. Lexi Harmon led it off with a double as that pitch hits on the outside corner. Excuse me, Riley O'Neill is the 8th batter of this inning. Kristen Storr will be the 9th. Count at 1-1 with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And the dirt. Janet keeps the ball in front. A couple of pump fakes, and both runners stay where they are. That pitch is hit in the air, right center. That's going to bounce all the way to the fence. Davis will score. Kennedy around third. Throw to the plate. Not in time. Rams have taken a 6-1 lead thanks to the 2-run double from Riley O'Neill. Bluefield has opened it up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. All this being done with 2 outs. Rams really starting to rally. This was a close game. Kristen Story to play. Bailey also has to wonder if throw out Sparks. You have to think, unless she is physically unable to go, it might be a good idea to just throw out there in the seventh inning, and you wait for Lexi Harmon to pitch until the second game. Especially now with a 5-run lead. Here's the pitch to score. She swings and cranks it foul well early on that one. And it's strike one. And whoever parked there, that is a dumb idea. Got it. It's just my park there. There's a parking lot. That pitch is cranked to deep left field. Running back, and it's going to bounce all the way to the fence again. Riley O'Neal trots home, and now it's 7-1 Bluefield. So we just had to clarify what just happened there, because the scoreboard, for some reason in Bluefield, very scared of the number 6, so it just changes straight to 8, and then a run comes in. Now it says 7. So it's 7-1 on our broadcast, and that is correct, with 2 outs and an RBI double for Kristen Storrs. So Lexi Harmon, if she's able to hit a home run here, it can be a walk-off for Bluefield, as they're already up by 6, and that mercy ruling kicks in with 8 runs by 5 innings. So a new pitcher in the circle for Columbia International, warming up for these Columbia International Rams. It is number 10, and that is Lana Fletcher, the freshman from Valdosta, Georgia. We'll give her a couple of pitches to warm up, but the Rams have opened it up themselves. 6 runs they lead by at 7-1. Welcome back, everybody. Fletcher deals a first pitch. Inside call to ball. Lexi Harmon was the player that led it off for Bluefield. Hit a ball out to right field over the glove of Hicks. Bounced for a double. Then Courtney Gentry came in to run for her. As that pitch is popped up center field. Could be trouble again, and instead it's reeled in by Allender. There's out number 3, but the Rams 3 outs away from taking game 1 of this doubleheader from CIU when we come back. 7-1. Bluefield leads by 6 runs and 3 outs away from taking game 1 away from CIU. It was tied up 1-1, but the Rams piled up 6 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning as that first pitch from Lakin Sparks is called inside for a strike, though, on Kayla Washington. 4, 5, 6 due up for Columbia International, Washington, Picciano, and Hicks. Here's the 0-1. It's cranked into center field. Storer on her way back, and that ball bounces to the fence. Storer whips it in, and it's a long single. So that is a benefit of playing back, and Kristen Storer sure does play very far back. If it's hit deep enough, it's not going to be extra bases, at least to center field as Picciano comes up. 7-1 the score. Rams leading by 6 over Columbia International. High and tight, and it's ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Fisted foul, and Casanova can't go over to get it. Goes to a ball and a strike. The pitch hit right back up the middle. Sparks makes the catch and doubles it up. Rams are 1 out away. Great game by Lakin Sparks. Trying to cap it off here. Leslie Hicks. Started as the right fielder, now as the second baseman. First pitch. Popped up behind home plate. Doesn't hit us again. And there's strike 1. 2 strikes away now for Lakin Sparks. Rams looking for their 14th win of the season. Oh, 1. High and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Ground ball, this could be it. Lauren Bailey charges in, pops to first, and the Rams take game 1, 7-1. Complete game victory for Lakin Sparks, and after she pitches the gem, the Rams have improved to a 14-26 record on the season with another AAC win. We'll step aside and be right back in about half an hour for game 2 of this doubleheader. My name is Billy Engel, reminding you the final score of game 1, 7-1, Bluefield College wins.